Hey, my name is Summer, and I'm a sophomore here at Ohio University. From a young age, I was introduced to Christianity. I came from a Christian family, and because of that, I grew up in the church. However, early on, I found myself very close to Christ, and I was seeking Him because I was just so sure that it was the right thing to do. I viewed Christianity as a journey to become as close to perfect as possible. I was surrounded by people who outwardly portrayed as though they were doing everything right by God. Therefore, I became very attached to the idea of how I presented myself. I started to master how to pray like the church leaders, make sure I was involved in the youth ministry, and given off the perception that I had everything all together. My heart was aiming to truly please God, however, trying to live like everyone else on the outside caused me to struggle with my identity. I became very insecure and obsessed with self-image. I sought to please people, and their opinions of me made me alter who I was or the decisions I made in order to always gain positive reactions. My belief of who I was rested in the hands of people around me, whether their opinion was beneficial to my image in God's light or not. Once I got to college, my identity only suffered that much more. Although I was growing in my relationship with Christ in a more healthy light, I still had an unclear idea of who I truly was. So I started to live two lives. I would convince myself that talking to God when it was convenient and knowing in my heart I loved Him was enough to obtain my relationship, while I would go out and party almost every weekend. I was obsessed with trying to fit in and find a place on campus. It wasn't until I hit a low where I started to feel purposeless, unwanted, and lost that I convinced myself that these two lives didn't correlate with one another. Thankfully, I was involved with Cruz and was attending small group. In small group, I was exposed to the importance of vulnerability with other believers who could relate to my situation, and also the importance of studying the Word. Once I was exposed to an intimate relationship with God where I was focusing on His Word and who He said I was, then I was able to find myself in His image. Once performing, but now I can live authentically because of the freedom I have found in Jesus Christ, because He accepts me for who I am. Jesus was my 180 difference.